Hi Aquarius, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carole and this is going to be a general reading for you for the month of April 2026. And if you're new to my channel, I definitely want to welcome you and I'd love to hear from you below. Let me know if the video resonated with you. And if you're coming back for another reading, thank you for supporting me. It's really important and I would love it if you subscribe so that we can get the channel, get this channel out more into the public, because it is a healing channel. As some of you may know, I am on my own intensive healing journey, and it's now going to be 9 months this April where I've been doing a huge deep dive into my own complex trauma, and I work with a trauma coach. And I have been peeling away layers and layers of sexual abuse and trafficking in my own family. And so as I peel these layers away, there are gifts that have come in for me. And the first one in 2020, I had a channeling done. I was definitely grieving a lot during that COVID period. And they asked me to get a website done. And somehow that happened. And so I put up the website carolecares.com. And as I've been growing and healing through my own journey, I have been adding, my gifts that have come along. And the first one I added was my Yellow Cardinal Tarot. And there's some personal readings on my website. And then the recent one that I added not long ago was I'm a shamanic healer as well. And so if you're, unfamiliar with shamanism, you can go to my website. There's a page that's dedicated to that. And also, if you're interested in healing or want to know a little bit more about shamanism or what a shamanic healing actually is, you can, there's a link there for you to click on, and we can have a 15-minute Zoom call. It's totally, I'm just there to see if we're a good fit for each other. There's no pressure at all. You don't have to continue with the healing if you just want to have the consultation and then leave it at that. I don't bother you after that. And so those are, both of those links can be found in my description box, comment section, and also if you go onto my website, carolecares.com. So let's get right into reading. Right, April is is an incredible month. It's here. We've already had the full moon in Libra on the 2nd. And then we have this fire horse energy, of course, this year. But on April 17th, there's going to be a new moon in Aries where there's going to be 9 orbiting bodies in it. And 7 of those are going to be planets. And so Aries energy is asking you to do something new and very, very brave for yourself. It's about taking a risk, maybe. It's about stepping into the world, into the Aries energy and saying, I know who I am. This is what I want to do. It's an incredible period of rebirth because we have all this energy behind us that's, rooting for us. And I know myself, I'm doing a physical move right now. I'm literally selling and buying another place right now. And this is why my readings are kind of sporadic, and I'm trying to fit them in when I can. So I'm trying to finish them today to get them out to you as soon as I can. So I apologize for that. So maybe you're looking for clarity around, moving forward in your career. There's something that you want to do, or a relationship, or maybe your health, or maybe you're physically moving or spiritually moving. But we're going to look at this month, what is your next step? So I'm going to be using the Ehrenberg Tarot, and I'm going to clarify with the Radiant Rider-Waite. I've pre-shuffled, so let's get going on your reading. I want to know what your next step is, Aquarius, for this month. Right, 1 card for that, please. Oh, it wants to give me 2, so you have the Star card and the 4 of Wands together, and they definitely wanted to come out together. So got some healing going on for sure this month. What's blocking you from moving forward? What is blocking you? And oftentimes, when we're ready to move forward, we know what we want to do, we get blocked and we can't understand why. And there's always memory, emotions. There's healing that needs to be done before we can get that clarity that we want. It's amazing how quickly the clarity does come in. The healing doesn't come quickly, but the clarity does after you've healed, and maybe you've gone through that before. So here's your Strength card. That's what's blocking you from moving forward, and it's sideways. And then we're going to look at what you need to heal, right? So you have this block. What is it that needs healing? And that's going to come from your shadow, your unconscious, your childhood, adolescence, and it is what's impacting this block that you have. Yeah, so what needs healing here for you, Aquarius? One card. Three of Swords. Advice from the tarot. So, you know, I'm going to tell you what needs healing here. And then oftentimes we can wonder, well, okay, that's good to know, but how do I begin to heal this? And so you need to remember that this is a journey, your healing journey. It's a process. And so the advice from the tarot is going to be something specifically that you're going to focus on right now in regards to how you're going to heal this, in regards to the healing that needs to take place. So let's have advice from the tarot. And then what I'll do is I'll offer a playlist at the end that I've done on my other YouTube channel called Carole Cares. And it's going to be, it's going to help you out with this healing, this advice right here. You have the Two of Wands in sideways position. That's the advice. Let's get some clarifiers. So can I have one or two clarifiers for the Star? That one wanted to come out. And the Four of Wands. Oh, okay. So you have, that was Star card again. So you have the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Star card again, clarifying the Star, and the Seven of Wands. So definitely had a lot to say. I don't usually get 3 clarifiers after I've had 2 main ones that have come out. Strength card, and here's another major arcana card for you. So this is what's blocking you. Can I have some more, some clarifiers for this, for the Strength card here? For Aquarius's block. Okay, we're talking. The World card in a sideways position, the Six of Cups in reverse, and the Eight of Pentacles. All there for the Strength card. How about the Three of Swords here? Couple cards. Strength card again, and the Lover's card. You definitely got some support here, you know, with these major arcana cards. Those are big universal forces, again, that we need to lean on as we make our way towards this big, you know, step, this change you want to make for yourself. Two of Wands, a couple cards. One more. Okay. So, you have the Eight of Cups in reverse, the Three of Pentacles in reverse, and the Hierophant card. Underneath your Two of Wands. A lot of support here as well for you. All right. So, what's your next step, Aquarius? You have a healing. You have the Star card. That has everything to do with healing. So, definitely there's some big healing that needs to be done before you can move forward. And so, what's your next step? Well, the healing, and then you've got the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands talks about, you know, it comes after the Three. The Three of Wands talks about this plan that you have, and you're all set to go. Four is when you're actually taking the step. And so this month you are going to be taking the step. And for sure, I can say that to you, because this is the stepping out here, right? You're finally doing it, whether it's the change in career, relationship, or moving spiritually, whatever it is, you're definitely going to do it, but it's not going to come without the healing, right? So I'm going to say you're in the midst probably of healing it right now, and you're getting ready. You're getting ready to step out. That's your next step. And so let's have some more clarification on this, because you're going to be doing it. The Queen of Wands is in reverse, and she's the feminine side. The Queen is our feminine side. The King is our masculine. You didn't have a King that's come out here, which is good in that when you're looking at, and she's the wand. And so when you're wanting to do that creative step for yourself, when you have a Queen coming out, she's here to support you. She's the feminine side. She's the one that is represents our creativity, right? Our direction, our purpose of where we are going. And so she's here for you. You very much have that support. And then you get the Star card to clarify the Star card. So there's an incredible amount of healing that you're doing right now that is definitely preparing you for your move that you're making. And you're going to be stepping out. This is the last card here. This is the Seven of Wands. This is a powerful card. I used to say, and I still say it, that it's one of my favorite cards in the deck. It reminds me of myself when I stepped out on my own. You are doing something right now, Aquarius, that requires you to step out on your own. You're definitely going to do it this month. And, here you are on this pedestal, and these people are telling you, get off that pedestal. Who do you think you are? But here you are, stepping out alone. And oftentimes, when we are going towards our true purpose, it is a period of our life when we have to step out alone, and literally, sometimes you are alone, right? And so I'm wondering if that could be you, where you're deciding to step out alone, do it yourself. It's like, I'm doing this now. And maybe you've been hearing a lot of chatter in your head. You've been hearing people say things, and hearing people trying to, prevent you or block you from doing it, but you're doing it. You are doing it this month. And there's your healing. I can see that you're doing a lot of healing around that, and it's happening. And so what's blocking you from fully stepping out, because I did say you are stepping out already, but what sort of blocks will you feel this month? Well, you're going to waver with your strength, right? Because it's sideways here. You have the Strength card that comes out twice for you in this reading. So there is some real support here. And the Strength card really talks about doing that inner work. It's about opening up that Pandora's box, pulling that lion's head open, and she's got the lion's head on her neck. Actually, this is a snapshot of the Rider-Waite deck. But it's about pulling the lion's head in the Rider-Waite deck, the mouth of it open. And I always call it the Pandora's box, right? And digging in there some more, and really doing that inner work. Really doing that inner work that needs done this month. And it sounds like you're doing an incredible amount of healing, but at the same time, you're moving. And so it's like it's the healing that needs to take place while you're moving. And you're gonna waver, right? You're gonna doubt yourself, and you're gonna wonder, do I have the strength? Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? Well, underneath the Strength card for your block is you have the World card here, right? And it's sideways. The World card is like the last card in the deck, and so the main point, or the goal of the Fool in the deck is to balance out the masculine and the feminine of oneself. And that's where we get to the World card, right? The Dancer card, where you have the two sides of you that are balanced out. Because oftentimes we can lead by our mind, and that's our masculine side, and then we forget about our body, which is the feminine side. So there's going to be a real imbalance. Or you're trying to balance out, you know, staying in your body so you can continue to heal, but also like you're going to go into your head sometimes and really doubt yourself and go, do I have the strength to do this? So you're really going to be teeter-tottering this month as you stumble your way through this, because you are doing this. You have the Four of Wands, like you're stepping out this month. And this is what this is all about with this Aries energy. And then you have the Six of Cups in reverse as well. And the Six of Cups talks about, it can be an inner child. It could be nostalgia. It's, and you know, and it's in reverse here because in an upright position, it talks about nostalgia and whatever. But I'm wondering if like oftentimes I do this to myself, is when I'm ready to go out and do the step like I am with, I'm going to do a physical move here, literally. I will go back and try to reminisce. This card is about reminiscing, nostalgia. Go back and my ego self will say, oh, but it was so good back here. For example, I've been going through like, oh, why would you want to leave this house? I put an offer on a house, I'm moving, and then I ended up selling my home, and I'm hearing, oh, but why do you want to do this? This home was so nice. Why are you leaving this home? And it's just like you sit there and you go, it's so frustrating, but I know now that, you know, this is part of my journey where I'll do something and then the regrets will come up, because it's like the control, I call it the controller, but it's my ego self that's just trying to pull me back into, you know, oh, but it was better where you were, which is a bunch of bullshit, because you're moving. I'm moving physically. I'm also going to be moving spiritually too. There's something I'm doing for myself. Well, there's something I want to do. And so that's the reason why I'm moving. But yeah, but your ego self doesn't like change. It wants status quo. And the last card here is Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles talks about something you love doing. Like the thing that you want to do, your passion. And I think this is what's happening is, you know, you're trying to get to your passion. And I think all of this wondering if I did the right thing or whatever, it does kind of take the passion out of everything. This card could mean too that, you know, this is, you know, you're moving towards, maybe there's a career change here. This is this can also mean that as well. But sometimes, you know, like for me, I'm trying to, as I'm going through my moving again, because this is I've been in my place 4 years and I'm moving again, right? It's an intuitive move, but when I doubt myself and I get into these, you know, these fights with my ego, it will take the passion out of it. You know, I try to say, okay, let's enjoy this process, but it becomes really difficult for me when I try to work through these emotions and work through some memories that are coming up. And that's what always happens when we want to take our life in a different direction. We'll have so many doubts that will come up, and this is what this reading is about. So I want you to recognize that these doubts that you have are not telling you, no, this is the wrong move. It's just your ego self so scared about this change that you're bringing about, because it does not like change. And so what do you need to heal? Why are these, like, why are you doubting your strength? Why are you going back and thinking about, oh, it was so much better where I am, or why am I moving? Why do I want to do this? So what's coming up here? There's something that's coming up for healing, because it's blocking me, or blocking you. I'm an Aquarius, by the way, so I feel like I'm sort of reading my reading right here, what's happening to me right now. This reading is a little bit biased, I guess. I try not to make it, but sometimes it just happens. Most of the times I can relate, and if I don't, I will afterwards. But right now, it really sounds like this is kind of around my move for sure, and it's around your own, whatever you're moving, but whatever's happening to you this month, because there's something happening. And so what do you need to heal? Well, look at the pain here. It's Three of Swords. It's there's some pain around something. We're going to get some clarifiers here, but you're healing some real deep pain from your childhood, from your adolescence, that's coming up because of this move, because of this change you want to do. And again, there's some real pain around not having the strength to do something when you were younger. And whatever the memory is for you, or whatever it is that's coming up, there's some real pain around feeling like I can't do this. Maybe those words are coming up in your head like, I can't do this. This is too hard for me. I don't want to do this. And I know how many times through this brief period of when I'm moving here, I just keep saying, I want to give up. I don't want to do this. I want to give up. Because, you know, things come up and you have to work through them. And then the last card you had is your Lover's card. And the Lover's card is this card of these two individuals, very, very vulnerable, naked. And the woman, or the feminine the feminine side, I should say, because I like to see this as a feminine and our masculine side. And so the feminine always looks up to the divine, because that's where she gets her inspiration, her intuition. She's very, very intuitive, our feminine side. The masculine side looks straight ahead. He's, you know, it's his mind, and he just sees out there. He's not, when you're up in your head, you're not connected to your intuition. You can only be connected to your intuition when you're in your body. And so this Lover's card talks about this, this joining, the joining of the two sides of yours. The beautiful masculine and the beautiful feminine that's coming out here. And I think when you were younger, because it's in your shadow, I don't think you had access to that balance of the masculine and the feminine side. And really, when you don't have that balance, you really lose connection to your intuition, your body. And so I think when you were younger, there was a lot of pain there for you, and that caused you to really lose sight. To lose your strength, to think that you could do this. And so when you're going through, for example, I'm going through this physical move, and I really start to doubt myself, my ego self will kick in and say, oh, you know, why are you moving? You should just stay here. Everything was okay the way, you know, everything was fine the way you were. Why do you want to move? And so that's talking about when you were younger, when there was something around the same thing when you were younger, maybe, where you just, you know, you because of so much pain you were in, you doubted, you just didn't have the strength. Then you couldn't do it. Like, you just did not have the strength to do it because you definitely didn't have any support. And so, you know, if there was something creative that you would have wanted to do when you were younger, you probably were very discouraged around doing it, because there's a lot of pain here that's associated with making such a big move for you right now. And it's reflective of, you know, when you tried to make a move when you were younger, and there's something there that really blocked you. And so it could be something very similar that's coming up right now, and that happened to you when you were younger. Yeah. Okay, so what's the advice from the tarot, Aquarius? Like, what do you do now with, you know, this block and this fluctuation where you're caught up in? Well, you have the Two Wands here, and this card is saying, you know what, go back to the basics here. Go back to, it's in sideways position here, right? And it's like, do you remember when you got that intuitive nudge? And for me, it was like, yes, I remember when I got it, and go back to that and hold on to that. Hold on to that intuitive nudge that you had going into this, and know that this was an intuitive decision. This is something you have been wanting to do for yourself. And so it's like, this is definitely going to happen, and you have to keep holding on to that. And the Eight of Cups is in reverse here, because in an upright position, this individual is walking away from these cups, but it's not. And cups are about your emotions, and it's not what this person's doing. It's walking away from. It's walking away to feel their emotions, right? But this is in reverse here, and so I think you need to go back to, you know, how did you feel? What did you feel about this knowing that you're doing this? Like, go back to those emotions. Maybe you need to go back to the emotions of when you were younger and how you felt when you were discouraged about doing this. Go back to that, because right now you've forgotten. I think you've put it away a bit, right? And so it's time now that I think you go back to that. Your Three of Pentacles comes out after that. And this card in upright position tells me that, you know, maybe there's some therapy that's needed, you know, because this Three of Pentacles talks about these people that are working together on something, but it's in reverse here. And so, you know, maybe you need help. Maybe you need help, a bit more help with getting to some of these deeper emotions that are related to something in your childhood that is coming up because of this. Maybe you need to go back into therapy. Maybe you've sworn off of it and you don't want to do it, right? Because it's in reverse. And so there is a kind of a message here that it's like, maybe we need to go back to the drawing board, going back to that Two of Wands. Like, let's go back to the beginning here, because you knew you're ready to do this, but maybe you need a little bit of support around actually doing this now. Maybe there's just a little bit more digging deeper into that, your inner strength to get that back again. Because the last card that comes out is the Hierophant card, which is very interesting. It's like, this card comes out when it wants to ask you, you know, like, how are you wired when you were younger? What is it? You know, look at these individuals that are like sponges. You know, we're like sponges when we're younger, and we just take everything in. So what are you continuing to say to yourself in your head? What are you repeating in your head? Like things like, I don't have the strength. I can't do this. Like, where is that coming from? So it's really, this reading is really, I think, trying to bring you to a place where I think there's just a little bit more digging you have to do, a little bit more feeling. There's some emotions that need to clear out. Maybe there's a little memory around what's going on here. But you're going to make the move this month, whatever that is. But I think there's a bit more to clear out here. And so, Aquarius, I want you to have compassion for yourself or what you're working through. I know this is a very difficult journey, but it's the most important one in your life. So take care. I'll talk soon. And I will, before I leave, suggest a playlist for you. And I think it's going to be a playlist on grounding, because I think it's important for you to get back into your body, to remember how to ground. And so you can get back in there and start to feel, really feel what it is you need to feel this month before you can take off. All right, I'll talk soon. Bye-bye.